What it do? Well, look. Well, hello. We got a new guest co-host.
Oh yeah, y'all about to see that real attitude. You saw that?
Oh
Uh-oh.
yeah. I,
Oh,
You
I saw
see
your
that?
head turn like,
well,
I know she ain't
forget
talking
you
to me.
too, Adriel. Oh, that's all right. We don't want to talk to you either.
You gonna
Oh
say
my
hey?
goodness. Hi.
You gonna say hey?
Yeah. Well, well,
You
welcome
gonna
back,
say hey?
y'all, from our Thanksgiving break.
Welcome
How was
back.
y'all vacation?
It was good. I had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
Good,
was
good.
good.
Did
Ate
y'all get
good.
some rest?
That too. Yeah, it was a good time.
Good. Okay. Well, we got a full show today. We got a full panel tonight. We got some good topics to discuss. I think we done started some shit this week
I'm gonna give
in
you
these
all the
social
credit.
media streets.
I'm gonna give you all the credit.
But I think when we start this stuff, we gotta talk about it. But I definitely want our guests to come on from the beginning of the show because our trending topics are very important this week, and I would love to hear their take on what's been going on in these streets because it's a lot going on. The streets is ablaze. But before we get started, for those of you who do not know who we are the Breaking Barriers podcast, and I will introduce my co-host, starting with this man over here with this little baby over here cutting up, Mr. Adrian, aka
Mr. GC.
aka.
Tie boss. Tie.
Then we have my lovely co-host, Miss Drena, aka
Dream.
aka.
I'm always pushing P that positivity.
Yo, you are petty, petty. Oh my god.
And then we have our host who always has the most going on, Miss Dee. It's AKA,
The core queen.
AKA.
Just call me booked and busy, okay? Because that's what we doing in these streets, honey.
Okay.
Look, we ready to dive into these topics, but first we must introduce our guest co-host for the evening. We have one returning guest co-host. He has been on a few times, and he's also been on my podcast, the Core Queen podcast. He is my friend, my buddy, my sounding board. He probably know all my secrets. He know all the things that be going on over here, Lord. This is Mr. Fred Malloy. He is the creator of Bro Let's Golf. He is also the co-owner of, I know I'm gonna say this wrong. I say it wrong every time. I think it's Mark X11. Maybe he'll correct me when he come on clothing line. And he is a 20 plus year IT professional. Y'all welcome my buddy Fred Malloy.
What's going on? What's going on,
Fred.
Andy? What's going on,
What's
Dreen?
happening? What's happening?
Man, chilling, man. Hey, I can give y'all my cash app if y'all want to get the information on Didi. I got that dirt.
Woo,
Yeah, Didi,
child.
I've been meaning to ask you something, but I'm
Oh God.
I ask
Oh,
you.
did
Hey, you started,
Drena.
I finished it.
Right, Drena, she ain't give us no update.
Oh, you sure did,
Not on
Diddy.
this, we're not doing that.
No, I'm talking
Okay.
about
Oh, okay.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Fred,
about.
shut up.
Let's go.
Fred, but you
The
got the
holidays,
scoop on it?
the holidays
Oh,
came
man.
and she just left us waiting. Holidays
Right.
came and
You know what I'm saying? She ain't
Anyway,
even
we have
give us-
another guest co-host. We're not talking about DD today.
I thought you said no talking over people.
We're gonna talk over that. We're not talking about DD today.
Okay.
We're gonna bring on one of the members of the I Am Woe Media Group. She is the host, creator, producer of the All Things Undone podcast. Her name is Cheryl, but on the podcast they call her Granny. She is. So we're gonna bring her on and she's gonna come and chop it up with us today. Welcome, Cheryl.
Hey, what's going on? I love it, Miss Pushing P for Positivity. What's up?
listen, I done tuned in to all things under, and she don't be on there talking like no granny.
No. Not at
Like
all. We
nobody
talk
granny.
about everything. Y'all know grannies lay it out, especially the ones that lose their memory. It's like, girl, I remember back in the day, I was laying it down, girls, dropping it low. You're like, granny, wait, no. That's not, we wasn't ready. Let me pull the mic a little closer.
Oh my
This is my
God.
buddy. So
That
we'll
is
put him here.
hilarious.
I love it.
Well, we're gonna get into our trending topics of the week, y'all. So we're gonna get into one positive one before we get into the mess. So y'all know we always do an NFL recap, and you know I always gotta rep my team because we number one in the NFL, 10-1, fly Eagles fly. We have clinched our playoff spots, so yeah, best team in NFL. Just gotta put it out there. What y'all think about these NFL streets, Fred, Adrian? I know Drena ain't watching no damn football.
You know about my streets.
Charlotte is sad. Carolina.
Right.
They fired their coach in the first year. It's the first coach ever to be fired back to back years.
Right.
Yeah, that's horrible. What you got? The Chargers.
Lord.
You're right. I got a challenge. My mind on. But anyways, the Chargers, right? They suck. They can't win. My whole thing be, they quote unquote got a top 5 quarterback, right? But somehow they just cannot win. And I'd be like, so is he really top 5? Or nobody want to kind of give him any blame for the L's that they be taking. Everybody else at fault. But they trash. How many teams we gonna feed the Cowboys?
Oh my God.
How many how many teams gonna feed the Cowboys to beat up on? Yeah.
Well, the Saints didn't win. But I did see Alvin Kamara, they did an interview with him after the game, and he was like, we already know the answer, because basically Dennis Allen, the coach, we need a new coach and we need a new quarterback. I do know that about the Saints football team, because Alvin Kamara said it's the same answer every week. We got to come up with a new plan. Okay, well, when you gonna come up with it? What is the new plan? Let us know.
When it comes to the Saints, they just need to throw the whole team away and start over. That's
not the whole team.
3/4 of the team. Throw the whole team away and then just start over. Toss them out.
I always remember it could be worse.
Could be the Panthers.
This is
you
true.
Go to my city. You go to my city. That promise is worse.
Could be worse.
You had 3 coaches in 2 years. Do the math on that.
Yeah.
Well, let me count out this. I love the Saints. That's my team, even though they're not really doing the thing, but I love the Saints.
That's right, Mr. J.R. Bring on the Niners. Let's go. Fly, Eagles, fly. Put some respect on my team name.
Nah, the Niners are nice.
Every team we played the last 2 weeks, they said the same thing.
Nah.
They nice. They nice.
Kansas
City nice.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real now. Honestly, y'all squeaking out these games. Y'all got a lot of games y'all should have lost.
And I agree with that. But also, we don't have all of our starters either. Most of them are hurt. And people are not taking that into account, that we're still pulling out wins against top-tier teams who have all of their starters.
Where are they hurt at? On the defense?
No. Lane Johnson, our right tackle, who is a beast. Jeff Maddox is a defender. Dallas Goedert is our tight end. We don't even know who this other tight end is that's been playing. We literally been playing without a tight end. Most of our star players are hurt.
Okay.
And people do not hear that. Fletcher Cox was hurt the whole game last game.
Okay. Do y'all win the Super Bowl?
Put some respect. I don't know what we're gonna do. We any given Sunday, baby. We go week by week. I'm not a Dallas fan. I'm not delusional.
Right. Absolutely.
Right now, we find a way to win, and that's what Super Bowl caliber teams do. They find a way to win. We gonna see. But I'll be in Dallas on the 10th to strangle my son because he's a Dallas fan. while we're in the stands together.
Oh, he's gonna talk a lot.
Yeah.
He's gonna
So
talk.
y'all, we're gonna talk about this extremely sensitive, provocative, crazy, flamboyant case that has been going on for the past couple of weeks that everybody's talking about, and it seems like the empire has been crumbling and falling down. The Diddy versus Cassie case.
I love it.
Oh, let me fix that.
He should have been pushing P.
Drena, shut up.
He was pushing P.
God.
He was pushing a lot of P. The other P. The other.
Hey.
He was. He's pushing it. We should title this "The Fall of the House of Diddy." I am like so enraptured with the fall of the House of Usher. I don't want to give away the plot line, but it comes on with the ending in mind. Everybody dies, like everybody. Fall of the House of Diddy. So yeah, I'm here for it. Where's my tea?
You know what? Hey, baby girl, that's my baby. That's my daughter. Before we start, let me just read something because I'm not sure if everybody is aware of what just happened in New York as far as the law. So let's talk about that first. Well, let me just tell you that first, and then we can talk about what's happening with this whole empire crumbling. So the New York governor, whose name is Kathy Hochul, I don't know how to say her name. She signed the Adult Abuse Survivors Act last year. And over 3,000 lawsuits have emerged alleging sexual assault since the law went into effect. Under the new law, only in the state of New York, the statute of limitations on sexual abuse has been lifted for 1 year, allowing victims to sue their abusers regardless of when the abuse occurred. Everyone from prisons to hospitals, government agencies, and even A-list celebs have been hit with major sex abuse lawsuits. Some of the victims are sharing this side of the story.
Oh wow!
I didn't hear
that. Is why everything has come crashing all at one time.
I'm here for it. Listen. I'm gonna start watching the news again, just so I can see what pops out. Because remember the Me Too movement a few years ago? It got Bill Cosby caught up in the Me Too movement, and that's how the Epstein and the weird was it Jeffrey Weinstein, Epstein? Yeah. Like all of that came out. They tried to get Jamie Foxx caught up. Yeah, I mean, I got a feeling Jamie Foxx, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, everyone we've heard rumors about in the media in the past will probably get caught up in some form of fashion.
But do they have to reside in New York?
That's a good question.
Okay. Well, I think it has to have some jurisdiction in New York. I don't think like people from everywhere can just come and file a suit in New York. Okay. You got to have like some kind of evidence that these things happen in New York or something.
Got it.
Yeah.
Like the incident occurred in New York with confines of that state. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
And they also have to have like real evidence. You can't just go in there and say they did it. Like for instance, Cassie had 5 pages of evidence that would have, because this is a civil suit. Normally you can't file a civil suit without a criminal suit first. Right. That doesn't work pan out, then you go to civil. This allows you to just file a civil suit from the rip. But you still have to have enough evidence as if you're going to a criminal case.
That's a loophole.
That is a loophole.
Yeah. It's just it's a new law. It ain't no loophole. It's an actual new law.
No, I'm talking about in the approach that you can actually take. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Hopefully they don't do it in Atlanta. It's gonna kill the strip club culture.
Ooh, the strip club. You mean the hip hop culture too? Because wow, tell Diddy either Cassie or
PCD. Yep, pick your poison. And listen, here's my take on it. Because a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people that I know in the industry, like who are cool with this kind of culture because they've been getting away with it for so long, don't think there's anything wrong with it. So it just has been, you just do it and people don't say nothing and they sweep it on the carpet and, well, she did it for the money. Like it's always like a reason why. But in my opinion, there are stand-up guys in the industry that will never be brought up on these types of allegations because you know why? They don't do shit like this. They just don't.
Here's the other thing. People are so into self-preservation, right? So even if they see something happening, if you're in that industry, you see something happening, 9 times out of 10, because you feel like personally your funds will be affected, your family will be affected,
Mhm.
you'll lose the clout you have, you'll lose what you've built. You can see someone literally getting abused in some form of fashion, whether that's sexually, physically, verbally, and you will turn a blind eye because you don't want that to creep into what you have going on. And a lot of people don't want to talk about the fact that you're absolutely selfish. Like it's some stand-up people, but 9 times out of 10 those people are rare. They're rare because everyone else does not want to get involved, because that may taint what I have going on over here. Even though I see that's happening to her, I
Mhm.
feel for her, but I don't feel for her enough to fuck up. Oh, excuse me, can we curse on this show?
Mhm.
Mhm.
To fuck up what I have going on over here, you know. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I take it, and it's sad. But people say, "Oh yeah, they bid. That's their dynamic over there." You know, she's still there. She's taking that shit. So I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna mind my business. Yeah, I see he just literally knocked 3 of her teeth out. I see it. I'm gonna go and sip my drink and go in the next room and pretend like I didn't even see that shit, right?
Mhm.
And then years later, she comes out and she says, this happened to me. I'll never forget K Michelle years ago on Love and Hip Hop. She was screaming to the top of her lungs how whatever that rapper was she was with,
Yep.
how he had beat
Memphis.
her so bad, so many times in front of so many people. And no one, not one person came to her rescue.
Yep.
No one
Memphis.
came to her aid. You know, and I just, wow, that happens repeatedly over and over again in this industry. And I said this last night on my show. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And Diddy, it was a weird flex that he settled this suit so fast. And not only did he settle it so fast, she asked for 30 million. This man gave her $100 million within 24 hours. Yes, you have the money. Yes, you have the power. But literally, you said to me, this says to me, I'm so guilty. I need to make sure she never talks ever, ever. So let me just give her enough money and let her sign this NDA so she will never, ever, ever, ever reveal the things that went on between us. That's kind of how I see it.
Well, it's too late now because she already put it all in the paperwork.
And it's public record.
Right.
Yeah.
So she it's a win-win for her, but for him it's a catch-22. It's definitely not a win. It was a weird flex. Yeah, you got the power, but sir, I'm so waiting on the unofficial official version of Surviving P. Diddy.
They said that was part of him giving out his, giving everybody their masters back too. When you signed for those masters, you had
Yeah.
to sign to say that you won't say anything about him, ever again after that point.
Mhm.
Once if you
Oh,
sign
that's
for
what
the
he did.
masters.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And one of the I was gonna say one of the members, Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane, she said she reached out to all the other girls and like, do not sign this. Like, I can get us a deal, on a different show, whatever. Like, do not sign it. So, and I mean, we've all heard stories about P Diddy and all these parties he threw, and I mean, it's just always been like alluded to forever that it was just some wild stuff going on. But I don't think I ever thought it was this bad. I don't think I ever thought it involved like abuse, like what was laid out. I thought it was probably like some eyes wide shut type stuff going on. But yeah, when all the allegation, like everything in that paper, I was like, damn, this is crazy.
I thought it would be different. I honestly was waiting for all of the Down Low brothers and all that type of stuff to come out and just really say, yeah, here's this evidence. This, he really is this bisexual person.
Well, they're
I
not going to
thought
say that because that'll
yeah,
expose
I thought
them.
that would come out first, but I don't know.
They're not going to expose themselves if they're on the
Right.
down low.
True.
Right.
I
Right,
was
'cause
just hoping one of them mess up and like get with a really flamboyant gay person.
But I
And
think
that gay person just
that's the thing
tells
about
the
it.
business.
You never heard about Diddy being with anybody flamboyant. It was always
No.
like regular people. It was
Mhm.
always stories about regular people. You heard of flamboyant? I've never heard of.
Well, Farnsworth Bentley. I don't know.
I mean, but Farnsworth's married.
Yeah, he's a
How
dude.
that ever stop somebody?
No. What I'm saying, I mean when I say flam, I mean like just like openly just.
You
Oh,
mean
you
like
talking about
Saucy
like Saucy
Santana?
Santana?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Like that's
Even something like, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Or even something like, remember Eddie Murphy got caught with the trans person? Because what I was about to say, I can't say anymore. It's politically incorrect. So I have to say trans person. Years ago, I thought it'd be something like that. Like, oh, I didn't know it was a not a girl, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't
No,
think
'cause
Diddy gonna ever
I
say
think
anything.
no, and I think with Diddy, like it's very evident, like who he's like who the people are. Like you could hear how he talks to them, and like how he addresses them and engages with them. But you'll never know for sure because
And I'm sorry, I got to step away just one moment.
Okay.
My parents are calling. I'll be right back.
Okay. And I want to take a break right quick to introduce our other guest that's coming on. Drena, do you have her bio so we can bring her on the show too?
I do. We have Miss Frances. She is a Gulfport native. Frances went to the Howard University, and then she ended up transferring back home for some time. She is very involved in the community. She is a school teacher, and she also does a lot of civic engagement. She's even run for office here on the coast. She is a youth leader at her church, Morningstar Baptist Church. She was married and had children. She's divorced. And at 40, she's entering back into the dating world and finding out that it is quite different than when she first entered. I love Frances. She's the sweetest person ever. And so, yeah, let's enter Frances Robinson.
Welcome, Frances. How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. How are y'all doing?
Good.
I like the convo so far. I like the.
What do you think about this whole Diddy Cassie empire crumbling thing going on?
So I think I came on too late. Did y'all already talk about how Cassie was like 13, 14, 15 when she entered the industry?
No, we didn't talk about that.
Did y'all review the lyrics of her first song?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have it on me. I'm just saying I remember the lyrics. It was like, I've been waiting for you so long.
Just tell me you were ready.
Yeah, it was like, she like 13 years old. Was like, come get it. I'm ready. And it was it was like produced by Diddy, and they were supposed to be seeing each other, but nobody really knew her real age until much later. It was like, it was very R. Kelly-ish. I'll just put that out there like that.
You just thrown a wrench out there because we have not heard that age that you're speaking on. Everybody's always talking about the 19 number.
The 19 number. That's what they wanted us to believe. I think that's when she first came out, that's what they wanted. That's kind of how they projected her to be. But she was much, much younger. Much younger.
Which makes sense because that's par for the course for the industry. For them to be much younger.
She's really cute, but she was a lot younger than.
And let's be clear, we all was saying it like, where the talent at? Because can she sing? Like, what does she do? Like, and she was always in the limelight, right? Like, she can't really sing because I done heard her sing live, and it was the worst thing I ever heard. But yeah, you heard the stories about her and Diddy, but I don't know. We heard a lot of stories. Now you think about it because we've been sharing a lot of stuff, and it's like it's been right there. We've been hearing it. I'm like, yo, Diddy is the Black Epstein. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. He's been a menace forever. He has been a menace forever.
Yeah. There was another interview. I love Danny the Game. I thought they were like an awesome group. But it was in an interview and they talked about how he ordered less copies of their albums because he thought Cassie would surpass them. Because their album dropped on the same week. So I don't know if he did it to like limit, like to make hers go up, but like she didn't even sell what they sold, and she had more albums available than they did.
Sound about right. The same way right now, how I don't know, Young Miami has won Best Podcast of the Year 2 years in a row.
Right. Right. Oh, for what? 5 interviews? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 interviews.
Yeah. It was nothing serious
in
at all.
2 years.
Yeah.
That's great.
And
Well,
Cassie hit. I only know one song that.
It's the one
Me
with
and you.
Yeah,
That was that one
Me and
song.
you.
It's hold on. I'm gonna say it.
Me and you.
Hear the lyrics. You've been waiting so long. I'm here to answer your call. I know that I should not have had you waiting at all. I've been so busy, but I've been thinking about what I want to do with you. I know them other guys, they've been talking about the way I do what I do. They heard I was good. They want to see if it's true.
oh my.
That was, yeah. And she's 15 or 14 at the time. Yeah. That's what that was. And that's why I was like, oh my gosh, she shouldn't be talking like that. She's so young.
Yeah, listen, that music and listen. Well, what I've seen before we got on the podcast is literally a crumbling of an empire. I've seen what Diddy stepping down at Revolt, whatever the school was that he donated money to, like removing his name off of stuff. Like it's happening.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And he was already in the middle of I feel like a legal battle with the brand that owns Deleon, or
that's
The
when it all
Rock.
started, for real, for real. Like you start to battle with people with big names, you might as well cancel Christmas, baby.
yeah.
Yes, Lord.
I mean, it's the same thing they did to Kanye. If you look at it, it's the same effect.
I don't know about that. Kanye did that.
No, I'm talking about how they
It's the same
criminally.
thing they did to Bill Cosby.
Yeah, Bill Cosby.
You talking about that's because he had them tainted pudding pops. I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about when he was trying to buy NBC.
Not Tam.
Right.
I think it had more to do with NBC, honestly. I think it had to do with NBC. And he was trying to give out too much information.
Kanye, I don't.
They went all the way back with some Benadryl and some what's it called? I don't know what those. They had a special name for him back in the day.
Oh, the Quaaludes?
Like,
Preludes.
I can't remember.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the Spanish fly. Oh, what
Yeah,
the-
the Spanish
Nah,
one.
that was aphrodisiac.
The Quaaludes.
I don't know. That's what he was saying. You remember the
Yeah.
comment?
Yeah, people say he was giving out Spanish
something
fly.
like that.
Yeah, he called it Spanish fly.
Okay.
But we're gonna move on to this next topic because, child, can somebody go get me a switch from outside before we get to this? Somebody need their ass whooped. And his name is King.
King too much. King too much, man. Hey, if I was Ti, I make him go get his teeth filed down.
T fouled out. All I've seen is the memes. I don't even know what happened. Y'all got to catch me up on
Hey,
this.
man, that boy stand on business. I don't know what y'all talking about.
So apparently, well, the latest thing that King's done, because he does a lot. The latest thing that King has done was, of course, this past Sunday at the Atlanta Falcons game was the 50-year hip hop celebration for Atlanta. So T.I. came out, Ludacris came out. It was a huge celebration. After that, they up in the skybox watching the game. Somehow they get into an altercation, and King goes live on his social media arguing with his parents about being from the hood. T.I. is like, have you ever had a roach crawling out your ear? Have you ever had a roach crawling across your face? Like, you ain't from no hood. And he like, King is like, oh, y'all trying to play me? Y'all trying to play me? I was with my grandmama. I ain't live with y'all. And so Tiny takes the phone and is like, the reason why he was at his grandmom is because he was 12 years old and still wanted to suck a pacifier. So he goes off, because y'all want to try to make it about a passy. I'm like, oh, saying passy is a little weird. But so then he starts going off, and him and Tiny starts going at it, and then T.I. jump in it and start choking the boy because he started going crazy. Like, I think he pushed his mom.
Oh,
and
yeah.
T.I. was like, you can't do nothing with me. So he's choking the little boy. He's talking, I stand on business. I stand on business. I don't care who it is. Listen, I would have beat the brakes off that little boy.
I should say, what happened to discipline? Is this not a thing? And my children are all adults. So my youngest is 20 years old. And trust me, I would have put them in a coma till next week. Like, we didn't play those games. We just didn't play. I quit recess as a mom. I quit school because of recess, right? When I became a mom, I would have lost all of my shit times 10 if my kids would have came at me like that. So what is the what? So what's going on? Is this new parenting? What type of new parenting is this?
Please remind me, how old is King? How old is he now?
Oh, no.
19.
He's 18 now?
19.
19.
He's 19?
Mhm.
I I have a 20-year-old. She would not do that. I'm confused.
Okay.
Always been this way though. Like they coddle him.
Yeah,
So
King's been bad since he was small. Even he used to watch the T.I. Tiny show. He was always
I
that.
didn't. I didn't watch the
Yeah.
show,
Was
y'all.
he
He was
ugly?
always bad.
Yeah, he always been a problem.
Frances deal with it every day though, because she's a teacher.
okay, so what I've realized is that we have an epidemic of low discipline in our children, and it's not just locally. I think I know it's across the United States of America. Parents aren't disciplining their children. If they are disciplining their children, it's inconsistent. It's not. Our parents are not standing on business, which they're leaving the teachers to stand on business, and then the parents are not answering phone calls from the teachers. The parents saying stuff like, "I'm at work. What you want me to do?" And then we have to send them home. And then the parents like, when they coming back to school? No, we don't want them at school because they don't listen. You have to keep them now for a few days because we can't do nothing with them here, and we're trying to teach. So it's a problem all the way across the board. Kids have no problems cussing in front of adults. They have no problems saying things, doing things, being disrespectful. They don't have a problem. They don't know how to sit down and be quiet. So that tells you they don't go to church because you got to sit down and be quiet in church. We don't have they're not disciplined within themselves. They can't come in the classroom, sit down, and get their stuff out. They can't do that without running around the classroom. So nobody's disciplined.
And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm texting my parents. They got lost.
Oh, you fine.
So
Well,
it's
Mr. J,
easier to text them than to try to walk them through it.
Mr. J, you saying look at the parents, their business out in public. They have 100 or more kids. He the only one who act like this.
Mm-hmm.
He has been like this since the beginning, and it's their fault because they have not been disciplining him. They kept letting him get away with it. Talking about he want to go to his grandma. His grandma don't even live in the hood. So I'm just confused on why he feel like he really from the hood. Trying
Which
to tell
grandma
people
is it though? Is it
the
T.I.?
white one, Miss Diane. Yeah.
And from my
He's saying
understanding, Tiny was taking care of the grandma.
The grandma, yeah. The
Yeah.
argument started because T.I. tried to tell him that he was not born with that he was born with the silver spoon. And he's saying no, he wasn't. I'm like, how you arguing from the skybox in the Atlanta Falcons game saying you ain't born with a silver spoon in your mouth? How crazy is this?
Right, because matter of fact, he was born into a mansion. His mom was already a star. His career had already taken off when King was born. It's the other kids, it's T.I. oldest ones that kind of was a little shaky when they went back to their mom.
His whole goddamn life.
Right.
Yep.
I say take the little boy, cut him off, drop him off in the hood where you want to be at. Let him go.
Yeah, by the time they got the King, they was well established and good to go.
Yeah, they were.
By the time they got the King, yeah, they was good. It's the older ones that they wasn't quite where they are now.
Yeah, I think it's kids live on social media. They live on their video games. They live in this carefully crafted world in their minds, and he's delusional, right? And if you live, it's like a positive affirmation. You tell yourself the same thing every day over and over, you're going to believe it. He listens to a particular kind of music. He plays particular kind of video games. In his mind, he's living this every day. So in his mind, although he and his friends pretend like they come from the hood, they probably talk like it. He's probably got a little slang going on. So he probably feels like it because he wears the clothes like it, and his dad got some street cred. He think he inherited that shit. It's delusional, but it's where he is. So when he says I'm standing on business, in his mind, he's there. Now, if you put him in a real hood, oh no.
Without the protection of being T.I. and Tiny's son?
Right.
But that's the thing about it. He's not even intimidating. Like King's a he's a
not.
small person. He's a really small person. He doesn't look intimidating. I mean, he looks privileged. Think about it. What has he done to the car he drives, the clothes he wears, the jewelry he wears? Have you heard any of his music? Nope.
Does
Do you
he
know
have
where he
music?
works? He raps.
I don't know.
He does?
I don't know.
See, that's my point. You see the look on your face? That's my point.
Right. Okay, so he looks like a rich Spot 'em Got 'em. I love
Yep.
Spot 'em Got 'em. He was a
Yep.
one-hit wonder, and I don't even know any of the words he was saying. I couldn't understand anything he was saying, but I loved Spot 'em Got 'em when he was out. He looked like a light-skinned gremlin. So he should go trade places with that young man for a day. I think he got shot up a year ago or something. We hadn't heard anything from him because when he blew up, he got shot up.
Yep.
And so we haven't heard anything else from Spot 'em Got 'em. But yeah, he looks like a very rich Spot 'em Got 'em.
Who is Spot 'em Got 'em? I don't even know who
Never
that
heard
is.
of
The song, yes, y'all have. He had a big
What's that song he had out?
It was a
And
big
everybody
song.
jumped on it. What's the name of it?
Hold on. Oh my God! Now you're gonna make me Google it. He had a big song. It
called
was
Big
huge.
Box.
That's it.
What's it called?
Beatbox. Beatbox.
Yeah.
Beatbox?
Oh,
Chuckle made him beatbox.
Yeah.
Spot 'em Got 'em.
Oh, that's that. Okay, I didn't know that was the name of that song. I thought it was like a TikTok song.
Mr. J said, "I hope y'all grown folks not listening to King's music."
No, didn't even know he had music. Oh my God. The Beatbox. That's the name of Spot 'em Got 'em song.
okay, yeah, no. Okay, I
Derek
know what
said-
song you're talking about, but yeah.
Derek said, "My parents were my parents and not my friend. They weren't afraid to knock the blackness out of me if I did anything wrong, and it didn't matter where I was. If I acted up, I got jacked up. That's what's missing."
That's what's
Mhm.
missing. Yeah, but
That
you have
was
to
a
keep that
TikTok
consistency.
song.
But you got to keep that consistency though. It can't just be a one-time occurrence. Like you do something wrong this time, you get knocked out, but then next time you do it, you don't get knocked out. Like
Right.
you gotta
If
keep
they
it
mamas
Our
was like mine,
parents,
it
we
only took
knew.
one time. It only took
Our
one
parents,
You ain't gonna do it
we knew
again.
Our parents didn't play. Like it was not even up for debate. It was no question. We ain't tried them like that.
No, we didn't, because we knew. You do it again, or you do it the first time, you're gonna get knocked out. So we ain't try. We ain't
Yeah.
trying to get knocked out.
All right, y'all. We're gonna move on to our icebreakers. We ain't gonna do all of them because there's too many in here today.
Right, a whole bunch.
Let me see which ones I'm gonna pick. So since we just had Thanksgiving, what do y'all think about the Black Friday sales?
Is it Black
Very
Friday?
beige.
Yeah, they was.
They had it on Wednesday. It was on Tuesday. It was a week before last. It ain't Black Friday no more. It's whatever
Black
day they want.
Friday was a ripoff that blasted.
But it wasn't nothing black about it.
Very beige.
There wasn't nothing silly about it either.
We all got. I mean, think about it. We all got flat screens now. What are you going for now?
I don't need
Christmas
nothing.
decorations.
Exactly.
If you need them, if you need them.
Or a new air fryer.
I
That's it.
don't need that. Can we get some groceries on Black Friday sale, please?
Nah, they won't do that.
Yeah. Gas cards. I'll take a gas card.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I take a guess. I felt like it was a ripoff, but I felt like last year was a ripoff. I did go Black Friday shopping last year. There were really no sales. It was just like a mind fuck. Like, okay, like you didn't really have this on sale. You put a lot of glam around the fact that it said Black Friday 50% off. But last year this was $300. So this year you said the original price was $600, and now you got it at $300, but it was still $300 on sale last year. Excuse me. It's the same. I felt the way about that. So I'm like, I'm not about that. I'm not. Everybody's getting handled. And that's what I did, because that was the best Black Friday sale, was at Bath and Body Works when they had those $25 candles for $8, and everybody got that. That's a sale. You know?
Oh my God, Mr. JR, really?
Yeah. On a new black
We're not on sale right now. We're not on sale. The inflation on everything is just real high right now. The inflation is just real high. The price, yesterday's prices are not today's prices.
That's right. Oh my God. All right. So now that Thanksgiving is over, what is the greatest Christmas gift that you've gotten as a kid?
A bike.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
I'm gonna have to sit mine out too, because I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so we ain't getting nothing. We got nothing.
I grew up poor.
You did? I didn't know that.
I didn't talk about it. When y'all start talking about y'all Christmas presents, I just got quiet to be like, oh yeah, that's nice, and let y'all go on and on about y'all Christmas present. I'm like, that's really nice. What else you get? I just want to hear all about y'all Christmas presents.
Oh,
Well,
I appreciated the one. Yeah, I appreciated the Christmas we got gifts. We didn't get gifts every Christmas. Yeah, we didn't get them every Christmas, and we didn't have it like that. So
y'all didn't. In my mind, y'all just got everything. It's like everything y'all wish for, just under the tree, just bling.
The best gift I ever got was a bike because I was like, man, we can go anywhere on this thing.
Oh, he got an old school Nintendo with a power pad. Nice.
Yeah, that was
I did get a bike, but it got stolen.
Oh,
Damn.
That's a nice one. Yeah, I got a bike one year. I lived in the projects. I grew up in the projects, and so it wasn't my bike for long. It got stolen.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
That's
So I just appreciated getting gifts when I got gifts. Plus, my birthday is right after Christmas, so I always was one of those kids that got that duo gift. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas. You know, that's like balls, man. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
So, but that made me spoil my kids because they got everything. They got whatever they wanted. Whatever they wanted. You know, they became adult. Well, they're adults now, and still they think sometimes they're supposed to get whatever they want. So, yeah.
All right, y'all. Since we're almost done with 2023, what is something that you've accomplished in 2023 that you're proud of?
Oh, wow. So much. So much. My podcast. I started my podcast in January of this year. It's Self-Therapy for Myself, All Things Undone podcast, because I was getting over a divorce and I just wanted to get some shit off my chest. So I just kind of started it for myself to talk through some things. And other people was like, you know what, that resonates. I feel you on that, you know. So and then it kind of evolved in I Am World Media Group was like, you should go live. And I was like, no, it was just for me. It was just for me. So I think that was a great accomplishment for sure. In my healing journey, I don't blow up on people anymore. I am so proud of me in the last 3 years in this healing journey in discovering my true self. I'm telling you, at a time that you'd have caught me 3 or 4 years ago, I had no problem reading you right down to your socks. Like, I don't do that anymore. I'm so proud of me. Yay.
Good job. Good job. Good job, Mr. JR. Congratulations. 30 pounds in 3 days.
That's a lot.
That's a lot in 23
That
days.
is a lot.
I don't know what the hell you're doing, but Whitney Houston said crack is whack. Crack is cheap.
That's right.
What about you, Miss Francis?
Okay, so this year, was it this year or last year? This year alone, I think I don't know what I did this year alone that I'm really proud of. I think I'm a continuous journey. Like, I'm trying to evolve, take care of, my emotional health, because I notice I have some, I don't like to say that I do, but I have some healing to do, and I think that I'm healing. I'm better this year now than I was last year. I think that I am. I can say that in the past, I have a habit of ignoring red flags in relationships, and just, I'm going to see if it gets better, and it's going to get better, and I'm just going to stay and see. And this year, I happened to break up with somebody, like, on red flags that I saw in the beginning of the relationship, like within the first 6 months. I was like, okay, I see that. I'm going to give it 2 more months. And if I see it again, I have to let this person go. I said it mentally. And then I saw it again. I was like, you know what? This isn't going to work. I have to let this go. And it was like the hardest thing ever to move off of that. But I did. And I'm grateful that I did. I'm thankful that I did. I did not want to, but I'm grateful that I did, because it was the right move. And I had to break that toxic cycle that I did to myself. So I'm proud of that.
That is something to be proud of.
Yes, definitely. Oh my God, yes.
Good
Had
job.
to learn that lesson too.
Well, thank you.
That's great work. Great work. What about you, Fred?
As far as this year, I haven't completely accomplished everything. My goal is kind of like next year. I got a lot of stuff set for next year. This year was still, well, you know what though? I do have one. I guess I can say off them crutches a little bit quicker than I was supposed to. You saw me when I had gotten my surgery. So I was supposed to have been 100% 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
But I ended up getting off crutches back in like March
Yep.
from just working hard. So I guess that's accomplished. But I got bigger goals than that shit up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I forgot. I have forgotten all about that.
So quickly we forget.
Yeah, I'm grateful, right?
Yeah, you
Great
tough
work.
up. You said you I'm gonna get off of, and you did.
I
So
forgot about
good
that.
work.
Because you was messed up, Fred.
I was.
You was
I
messed
was.
Wow.
It was bad. It was bad.
What about you, Drena?
As far as the relationship between me and my daughters, working on our communication and trying to fix that to make sure I am being as healthy as I thought I was, open with them as I thought that I was being until we had a conversation. So that, and then also starting a project management course. Finally started that. I've been talking about it for quite some time, and so yeah, I'm looking to be done with that soon. I'm excited.
Good job.
What are you getting your
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What about you, AD?
Man, it's been a crazy year, man.
Delivering babies and shit.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's been crazy. Like, been a crazy, crazy year for me. But nah, you know, I mean, for me, it's the same things of trying to be better, trying to grow, continue to have that growth mindset, work on some different things. Personal development is always key for me, and I continue to hit it. So I, you know, I do a vision board. So every year for New Year's, I create a vision board of the things that I plan on hitting. And I'm not going to go down the line of all those different things, but most of the time I pretty much hit them, you know, each and every year. But yeah, I'm all about growth mindset. So I would say I'll just give y'all one, too, you know, being able to read a lot of books. I've probably read about 40 books this year. So
That's
I
amazing.
try to read like 60.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah, my goal is 60. I haven't quite hit 60 yet, but
The year is not over.
Very true.
but
Very
yeah,
true.
so yeah, probably the last 10 years I've definitely read probably about 300 to 400 books in the last 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Amazing. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to finish Jasmine Ward. Is it?
I literally only finished 2 this year. Like the year has been crazy. So my hat's off to you. That's amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah, mine are mostly children's books at nighttime, so that's really good.
Dee, we got to keep it down.
Before I let him just scroll over, the biggest accomplishment of the year is he literally delivered his daughter this year
he did.
in the car.
Yay! Congratulations.
Cut it out.
Do a little something, you know. I did a little something.
So big up on that. Gee.
Congratulations,
Dee,
doctor.
what you got?
Appreciate it.
So for me, the number one thing for me is really making sure that I executed on my 501c3 nonprofit. So I did my first annual winter coat drive in January, and I did my first back to school bash in August. So those two were huge, major accomplishments for me. And y'all know I do so much. And then also landing a couple of roles in movies and TV shows was huge for me this year. So doing the acting classes and then paying off and actually doing auditions and getting casted for roles was extremely scary because I have severe anxiety, but actually doing it and getting it done. So I'm happy about those things. What else?
Very good.
I think that's pretty much it. And then the biggest thing ever, my daughter is pregnant and I'm going to be a grandma. So I'm excited about that. So that'll be my major accomplishment next year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Seeing her like just be at peace and having the best pregnancy ever. And just, she's just an amazing daughter. So that's just fun. It's just fun to watch.
Nice.
Well, congrats. That's a lot. And look, apparently overcoming anxiety, because we didn't know that. I didn't know you struggle with anxiety. Who knew? Who could tell that? I can't tell that.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. And welcome to being a grandma, a granny, a grandma. Granny is my nickname, so my grandson can't call me granny. He has to call me Sonny. Because I grew up as Granny. Like that's my nickname. So he can't call me that.
Oh my goodness.
And I
That
love
is-
him. That's the only grandson I have. So you're gonna have. Oh, it's just we'll
I'm
have to talk
excited.
about it. It's gonna be so amazing.
excited.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. So y'all, we're gonna get into these topics that have look this, and that's my daughter right there. Look, she said don't make
Aw.
Congratulations, Danielle.
So we're gonna get into these topics that have set social media on fire on my end, because you know I like to ruffle feathers over here, y'all. I be pissing
Oh
people
Lord.
off. But this first question that I have, somebody actually sent this topic to me, so I said I would talk about it, and I want to know what the ladies think. Do you find it offensive when a guy tells you that he doesn't want a relationship, that he just wants to hit it, have sex with you? Y'all find that offensive?
Yes.
I don't find it offensive if he's upfront and he's clear about that shit. I mean, but here's the thing: he's usually. I haven't met one that's that forthright with it.
I would be
haven't.
very offended.
It's like, listen, girl, I just want to fuck. That's what it is.
Yes, I would be offended because I've never had this happen, but I would be offended because I'd be like, what about me makes you feel comfortable to say this shit to me?
Exactly.
That's what I would be offended by.
Yeah, no one's ever. I mean, I haven't had anyone that forthright to just be like, hey, listen, this is what I want. Like that's it and that's all. You know, it has led up to that where like they'll show one face in the beginning. And then when I'm thinking it's going one direction, they're like, oh, really? All I really wanted was like a casual thing. Well, fuck, why you ain't lead with that shit?
Right.
Lead with that. So I can make the decision if I want to be a part of said that thing, you know. But they don't, because he already knew what I was gonna say is deuces. Like, like right, no.
I'd appreciate the honesty, and then let me decide
I
what
would
I want to
appreciate that.
what I want to do. So I would be like, I mean, I ain't met nobody that honest that would just come out and say that.
No, I'm offended.
Yeah, I wouldn't be offended. It all depends on my energy. I'm gonna be honest with you, because if I'm in the energy to just get down with the get down, and he's in the energy to get down with the get down, then we're gonna both be on the same page. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So if I'm not looking to actively be in a relationship with someone, then yes. Now I have not had anybody to approach me like that and just be like, hey, like, I don't want a relationship, but I want to hit it. I'm like, well, you know, yeah, hit that door, like, or hit wherever we talking at, you know, yeah, this is not that, sir, you know, so.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Please don't approach me that way.
So
you mean like if they approach you that way? Yes, that would be offensive, I think. It's a fly in here, that blasted.
So what I have noticed is that instead of being direct, because most guys will not come directly at you that way, they will approach you with the intentions of having a relationship, and instead of having a deep, meaningful relationship, they'll just engage you with a very friendly. They want companionship. They don't want to be lonely, so it's a surface friendship relationship. But when things start to get deeper, or when the woman or one party starts to get to a deeper level, they start to pull away because they don't want any deeper level of commitment. So they really want a friendship with sex, but nothing deeper than that. And so it's kind of a tricky situation. So you kind of have to test them out before things get to be too serious, if you don't want to get too involved. That's just what I've learned. I'll say that I've learned
that too. Yeah, I'm right there with you. No one has come out and be like, hey, this is what it is. It's always seeming like we're leading up to something. So and then me, I'm like, okay, if I'm feeling you and you feeling me, a good, you know, month or so in, I'm gonna have to say, okay, hey, well, you know, I like you, you like me, my, you know, my private parts match your private parts. You know, we're doing a good little tango here. We're doing something really good here. It feels good, you know. So where are we going with this? And I need to ask that question so I can know how I need to move, you know. And so at that point, usually they'll get a little shaky, like a little in and out, a little hot and cold energy. okay, you're giving me hot and cold. So one or two things, I need to establish a couple things because it could be a couple of reasons why you're like doing this thing right. Do you have someone? Because see, that's a question that some guys don't answer up front. But now I flat out ask. Now, like I need to know up front. I need to know if you got a wife, a girlfriend. Do you have a girlfriend who doesn't know that you're she says you're her boyfriend, but you say she ain't your girlfriend? Do you have that type of relationship somewhere?
Do you have a boyfriend?
Do you have a boyfriend? Right. I need to know all these things up front. And then I notice people lie like really, really good, which has taught me to keep my energy to myself. Like I don't even do random. I haven't done random in a year. That's another thing I've accomplished this year. I have not done random. I'm keeping my energy to myself. Okay.
Hey, Granny.
Oh God.
Woo,
I wasn't ready.
I told y'all.
I thought she was going to say in years. She said in a year.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Let me rephrase. I'm actually lying.
You
I did slip up a couple times.
Funny. And it was
I slipped up a couple times this year with this toxic person that I have been untoxifying. I'm detoxing from. So I had a couple of what you call those, a couple of what the church called it. I backslid a couple times. Yeah, the random though. This person I've known so far is random. I haven't done random in a year. Yeah, I've done no random this year.
Hilarious. Oh my God.
Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah, you don't want to random.
Oh my God.
No random. Randoms.
Yo, that was funny, yo. That is hilarious.
I'm telling you, honey. That's what I've learned. So yeah, like they don't come right out and say, and I'm a direct person. I've learned through these years not to lead with emotion. I will say that for being in corporate America, being one of the few women in the management role at the company that I was at, it taught me to be a shark in the water, and it taught me to lead with logic and not my emotions. So I do like that because now random
Pink Springs.
So yeah, now I think through the questions because as part of my background, I'm a coach and manager. So I've learned to holistically ask questions. And so I start asking guys these questions because I'm actively listening. I'm holistically listening, right? So now when I ask questions, I just tend to run men off. Now they're like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? I've had so many guys recently ask me if I'm bisexual.
I'm sorry.
What is her name? Okay, what? Grandma, mama.
Not get backslid on.
Oh man.
You know what? You just trying. Let the church say amen.
Amen. Hey.
Come on now.
Oh man, y'all are crazy. Yeah,
but I'm just saying. I know I got off on a tangent there, but that's why I'm keeping my energy to myself because I need them to either be upfront or just leave me alone at this point. I stepped outside the date for a hot second. I put a post up about this, and then I was like, nah, I'm going back inside. Deuces. Fuck that. I'm going back inside. I'm inside.
Who was that question for? I'm guessing Mama.
If they said they were involved with someone, would it make a difference?
Granny.
Yes, it will make a difference. I am really big on karma and energy. If you come and you say you are dealing with someone, you're involved with someone, I need you to work that out. And the most toxic men I have met are men who say they are married but separated, on their way to divorce. Well, I tell you what, you come back around, you circle back to me in 3 to 5 years when you have figured all that shit out, because I am not the sounding board. I'm not the rebound. I'm not the trauma bond. Exit stage left. Like I can't do it.
Teespring said, in all honesty, I'm doing this to see if you feel offended or if you feel attracted to. Your truth has made you more attractive in men's eyes, not accessible, but attractive.
Very true. Thank you for that. I agree with that. I am definitely not accessible anymore. And I don't mind hurting feelings. My health and well-being, my happiness, my contentment comes first. I will break anyone's heart because I'm not going to disturb this peace anymore. I don't mind telling a guy what it is or what it isn't. And I can't stand for guys to be crawling in my DMs with the dumbest fucking questions.
Ciao.
I just practice the skills of the dress down on them because they deserve it. No one told you to keep your ass in here and ask something stupid. I'm so going to read you right now. So I do look forward to the DMs. If they're stupid DMs, I just love dragging the fuck out those guys. Thank you. Y'all keep it coming for the ones that do that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's just me.
That is so
I'm not
funny.
offended though. I mean, I'm gonna tell them like it is. If they come at me and say, "Hey, this is what I'm wanting up front," I actually hit a guy with this the other day. I was like, "I tell you what, cool. Let's go ahead and exchange lab work. Once I have your labs and you have my labs, let's hook up." I ain't hear another thing from that dude.
I just don't want nobody touching me. I don't want any. I can't.
I don't mind being touched now. Hold on.
Like I don't know people. Like I don't know you.
Touch me. Touch me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
You better take Nate's name out of there before he get his head knocked between the washer and dryer. Shit.
Is Nathaniel in a committed relationship? Because I'm gonna need Nathaniel to not be commenting. Don't do it, Nate. Don't do it, Nate. Don't do it. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it.
What? I don't know.
Okay, say that. I don't get it.
That means
We're going skin to skin.
What do you mean for the labs? Yeah, this is the thing. And it's important to
he's Frank.
Raw dog. Yeah.
Man, okay, I don't know who Trevor Springs is, but okay.
Skin to skin.
That's funny.
Now that's important though. Those labs need to be front.
What's going on here?
Oh my God. I don't know. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on now.
If y'all don't know who T Springs is, he is a nationally touring comedian who tours with Ryan Davis.
I'm serious,
my friend, and he is hilarious. Okay,
I'm gonna go check him out.
He is himself.
Not me to me.
Yeah. Be safe out here in the streets. I'm telling you. Oh my God, she just put my business out. She put my business in the streets. Meat to meat.
I'll go with you and you can go with me. No violation of the hippopotamus. This nigga said the hippopotamus law. I can't with him.
Oh my goodness.
I think he meant the HIPAA law.
I know. Look, I work in the medical field. I know he's going with that. It's just okay. Hippopotamus law. Okay, crazy.
Oh
look at
Jonathan. He said raw
did he
dog.
say raw dog. Yeah, that's my co-host, y'all. That's Jayhawk. He co-hosts with me on All Things Undone. Yeah, raw dog. We were talking about exchanging labs, Jonathan.
Lord. All right, y'all. We're gonna move on to our next question.
Yeah, let's do that.
We're gonna go to the question of the week. The question of the week was single ladies that want a man. You know, I got to be specific for social media. What are you actually doing to put yourself out there on the dating market? Now, I put this post up.
Leaving? Where you going?
I'm leaving, girl.
We need your input.
Did I get them? I put this post up to debate some people, and for the most part, the women pretty much said the same kinds of things. The dating pool got shit in it, hence the title of the show. Some women say they just do dating apps, they don't go out. Some women say that the men aren't worth their time, they don't want relationships anymore. Like everything that the women responded to has something to do with everybody else other than themselves. So I responded to a few of the comments, and I'm just like, I'm confused because anytime I go to the grocery store, Home Depot, the gym, anywhere, like I literally get somebody trying to get my number or try to talk to me. So I don't know what y'all doing out in these streets. to say that there's so many horrible men that y'all can't find nobody like y'all. Any self-reflection going on? That's all
So. You see, ain't none of them people on. None of those people that had that and those answers came on.
I was pissed off.
None of those people will come on and talk to us.
You know how they say. Water rises to its own level. So if you're attracting those kind of guys, that's like you said, it says more about the woman than the man. You know, if it's shit in the pool, are you trash? If you're attracting trash, are you trash? If you're attracting shit, are you shit?
He said, I gotta start putting myself in these situations. Why? All right, we bringing you on, Trevor. I'm about to send you the link right now. You coming on?
So I just feel like your personal energy dictates what like you pull in. Like if you are happy and bubbly and that's what guy happens to see, they're like, oh my gosh, her energy is just bubbly and I want some of that bubbly, I'm gonna go talk to her. But if you like sad looking and you just look down, like nobody's going, you're not pulling that doesn't, that's like attracting anyone or a man to you unless they're the kind of man who's looking for a woman who is sad and has that energy and he can manipulate her. So it depends on the man and the woman's energy and what he's looking for.
Right.
Like that matches that way. That's what I think.
Now I have run across some questionable guys. I'm not on dating sites anymore either, but I was on dating sites for a little while. I ran into scammers, guys who really weren't single, but they pretended to be single. I was talking to this one dude, he swore up and down he was single. I promise. Like we talked for a good 6 months. And then I started getting this phone call from this number I hadn't recognized. I finally answered the phone. And the lady says, whose number is this? And I said, whose number is this? You called my phone. And then I just waited because I wanted to tea. And then she said, well, I found this number in my husband's phone. I said, okay. And then what? What happened? I want to know what happened. And then she said, well, is this Lynn's service or something? She asked me. I said, Lynn's service. I said, no. And then I waited again because I was waiting for the tea. And she never said anything else. She was like, okay, well, I'm just bye. And she just hung up.
You the tea.
I was like, and I didn't ask no questions because I'm thinking, well, if I get quiet, maybe she'll just tell me. I met my ex-wife on a dating app. I should have kept swiping. Log off right now. You log off.
So Adrian, you have a lot of people on your page that like to comment on these topics, but they don't want to come on the show, nor do they want to come in the comments of the show. And a lot of these women that you encounter are in these streets trying to date. Have they come to you to let you know like where they go to find these dates or how they're putting themselves out there on a dating market?
Oh no, men ain't shit.
That's it.
That's what they say.
Pretty much.
Well, I know I commented. Didn't I comment? I commented.
You did, okay. But you here, so I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, I don't think men aren't shit. I just think that, I'm not ready to date. And the guys who did ask me to date, I texted them and said, I don't want to waste your time. I am not ready to date at this moment, at this time. And they politely said, okay. And, if it's meant to be or we going to date later, then we will date later. And I'm grateful that they were respectful that I'm not ready to date right now. I just got out of a quasi long relationship. That was not really long. It was like 9 months long, but to me it was a good relationship. I'm just trying to do something different this time. With breaking up with somebody for red flags. Hey, it was hard on me. So but I'm not going to just move on to the next one when I haven't fully processed and healed from the previous one. So that's what I'm doing right now.
That's good work.
No, that's really
good. Let me pause for 1 second so I can bring T Springs on since he's been in the comments cutting the hell up.
Yeah.
bring him on. I ain't even got to introduce him. Y'all know T Springs. Like I said, nationally traveled. Like he been all over the place traveling on this comedy thing. He a stand-up comedian. He's one of the best I've ever seen. He's hilarious. He's just a genuine person. He got his own podcast called the Hear Me Out Podcast. And here we go. Y'all just enjoy goddamn T Springs, okay? Welcome, T Springs. Look.
Hi.
Hi, T Springs.
Hey.
You ain't gonna speak, Kay?
You got his profile look on, okay?
You thinking about us?
DD, I appreciate that. I like that you're not biased, that you don't grill the women, you don't grill the men, you don't just dive in on just one gender, that you stay across the board, but you have to start owning your own truth. And you have pretty privilege. You do. So when you ask these questions, it's hard for you to go back into these comment sections and have these rebuts with the ordinary woman. Now you can go to the grocery store, you can go to the gas station, you can go to the gym, and men are gonna flock. I went to two grocery stores. I went to Target and I went to Food Line today, and I probably passed 50 to 60 women. None of them made me want to stop my shopping cart.
Oh my God!
You gotta stop putting yourself in there. That's not what most women can do, but also the confidence of a woman and a man. Yeah. Now, most men that go to the grocery store, they ain't at their best. I ain't had no haircut today. I put this on just because I know I was gonna be on here. I wasn't at my best today. So if I did see a woman in the grocery store that I wanted to talk to, most men have to be at their best. We have to know that we woke up on that side of the bed today. We got to built our confidence up to just naturally approach a woman that we don't know. So every time you like these grocery store meetings and stuff, our buggies don't have to bump into each other. Something has to happen for a man to genuinely just come up to you. Now, most men that do that, they psychopaths, but that's okay. You gotta be a psychopath to just go out and shoot at 10 women a day and accept the consequences.
Thank you for that.
A normal man that's not one of these tall, dark, and handsome. Okay, y'all want a man that makes 6 figures. That's only 20% of the population. Then you want a man that's 6 foot or better. No, I'm not saying y'all do. I'm just saying that's what that narrative that's put out there. Then you want a man that's 6 foot over. That takes that 20% of the men that make that 6 figures down to about 12%. Then you want them to not have no baby mamas. Then it gets picky to where now you're looking for 3% of the population. We as men go out with this mindset, so we are already not meeting your normal standards anyway. So when we do come to approach with you, we telling ourselves the worst she can say is no. And if we win, I'm a guy that's gonna go 1 for 1. If I go 1 for 1, my day is over. My month is over. But I know guys that will really go 3 for 13 in the club, and they come out and they run. They are psychopaths.
Yeah.
I take 10 rejections.
Oh my God.
So for the single ladies that really do want a man, I say the most natural thing for you to do to put yourself on a date market is everything. If you really want a man and you want to put yourself out there, that you want to flock or peacock or whatever the term is to let men know that you are available and you're ready to mingle, do it all. But don't overdo yourself. You don't have to be naked to be sexy. I tell people all the time, naked do not make you more attractive. It makes us look deeper or whatever, but what does that do? Your honesty, put yourself in a position where we know that you are available. Facebook even does it for you. As soon as you post a new cover photo, all of a sudden you and everybody's people you may know. All you got to do is change your profile photo and it'll just automatically put you in front of everybody.
Yeah.
It's little things that y'all can do to let us know, oh, she might be back out here. And you know what? 9 months from the little, what you said that was a Kumar? What was it you called that, sweetheart, that you was just in? It's some big word, little word you just used. A quasi or something.
Quasi.
Yeah, whatever quasi you just got out of, bless your heart. All you gotta do now. Oh my God! I don't know how many candles you gotta have burning for a quasi.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
What's going on?
He said, how many candles?
What's
I
happening?
don't know what holiday or quasi is.
Okay, I'm just saying I was dating somebody for like about 10 months. Like it wasn't even a whole year.
Right. So whenever you go to date again and you feel like you want to mingle and go out, all you gotta do is make one of them posts on Facebook or Instagram in your stories.
Yeah.
Everything ain't for everybody. You know, you just drop little hints. You know, you know what I mean? What's for me is for me.
I am
You know
so I know my word.
That mirror selfie.
I got value.
Oh my God.
Do everything.
I realized today.
We as men, we like to hunt. We like to capture. Make us feel like we are hunting. That's all you women got to do, whether it's on date apps, whether it's going to these places that DD go to and get talked to. But go there, because everybody that go to the gym ain't getting talked to.
I mean, but the thing is this though. One thing DD is not talking about though. A lot of times it's just being friendly, right? You can approach DD as a stranger. She's gonna smile at you. She's gonna speak. Most of them not out here, like they're gonna as soon as you pet. I talk to her about it all the time. I see certain people. Now I say to myself, I was like, I'm gonna watch how they react. First thing they do, if they see you coming their way, they're gonna either pick up their phone and act like they're doing something in their phone, or gonna do something just so, or not make eye contact with you because you're coming their direction, assuming you're gonna try to talk to them, whether they're 1 or 10. And that's, to me, that seems to be the number one narrative. Like, it's just not being friendly. Most of these women out here are not friendly at all. You can speak.
And it's because of self-confidence. Like sometimes when you
see overly arrogant.
Yeah,
some of them are overly arrogant and overinflate who they are based off of social media, to be honest with you.
The women.
And 9 times out of 10, y'all already done seen us somewhere in the situation and their eye does. You know, you done seen us over by the poultry and done said, if he say something, boom, boom. So now you're gonna try to put yourself in line for us to see you. You know what I mean? So like that's y'all thing. So I think, like he said, like if we go to approach, are you looking friendly? Because we as men, the rejection is that's a big weight, because it takes a lot for us to build up and be like, I'm gonna say something.
See, before y'all say something, we've probably been approached by the psycho already, and so now we're thinking that you might be the second psycho. I don't do that in the grocery store, but I get
we
it.
in a lose-lose.
May do that.
Yeah. We in a lose-lose already, sweetheart. We in a
but
lose.
You did say
so
something.
Take that in consideration. How about take that in consideration that we already lose-lose? So why don't we just come in with the fact like, oh, he got a lot. He had a lot of balls. You know, he had a lot of guts to just approach me. Let me hear him out.
And it don't take nothing. And it doesn't take anything to be nice, though. Even if you're not attracted to them or if you don't want to date them, just being nice. Like, I don't understand the attitude that a lot of women give men just because they approach them.
Yeah, because I don't want you to mess it up for the next girl. That might be my wife, the next girl. Now, I ain't even going to talk to her because the way you shot me down.
Oh, my goodness.
Send me out better than what I came.
I think I'm probably too friendly. I'm gonna talk to you in the grocery store. Now, I've had a guy that I didn't know who he was. He approached me in the grocery store and he was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm wonderful. How are you?" And he was like,
"Is this one of them backslide situations?"
It was not. It absolutely was not. I was just doing my shopping, and he was like, "I know you. I follow you on Facebook."
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
When you're completely single and you are in a position to mingle and date, as this question asks, that you really desire to be exclusively dating someone, right? Not dating multiple men or whatever, but like when you really want to exclusively date one guy and get to know him, does height matter?
Yes.
That's one.
No.
That's two.
For me, I guess to a certain extent, he can't be my height. I'm 5'1", so
it's just a yes or no, right?
Yes, it does matter.
DD?
Nope, long as you got a big dick.
Now for the men, I mean, but it's gonna take more time to get to know that, DD. I hope he's not. Anyway, men, do you feel like when you talk to women, height matters as you're approaching them?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
To the men.
You said what? Does height matter with a woman?
No, for you. Like, do you feel like as a man, it's always been like a thing? Like when you've approached women, you feel like you've always been judged as far as your height, for the good or the bad?
I don't care.
No, I don't either, and I'm sure.
That's
But I
different.
know some
It
taller
doesn't
men that have
bother me.
always
It is
told
what
me
it
like
is.
they feel extra confident because they are 6'2".
Oh yeah, nah, I don't care.
Okay, so ladies, do y'all see that? Now let me ask you this: is that body shaming?
No,
It's preference, right?
it's preference. Yes,
Right. So can we have our preference?
of course you can. You can
Yeah,
like
everybody
whatever.
can.
You can
Why
take
do we
whatever
get
you want.
scrutinized if we don't want a bigger woman or if we don't want a smaller woman?
I don't
would
think
never.
it's
I
that.
wouldn't
I'm
judge
not
you.
saying y'all do. I'm talking about the overall judgment of society is that if a man says he's with a woman that may be slim and then she does get overweight, that he should love her anyway. He should love her through that. Or if he likes a bigger woman, but she says she wants to go get surgery, she wants to lose weight. Nah, baby, I like you the way you are. There is a huge line of difference and double-edged sword and double standards when it comes to that, because height is not considered something that could be body shamed. She's 5'1", but to a certain extent, a man has to be a certain size. Most men are taller than her.
Well, see, the thing is, height.
Most women are taller than us.
Yeah, you can't change height. Like there's nothing I can do to be taller. I would choose to be taller if I could. Like there's nothing I can do to be taller. But there's things that I can do to change my body size. I can change
That's
that.
also to a certain extent, because with my metabolism, I can't gain weight. If you say I want you to get more muscles, sir. I'm like, baby, look,
but to
you're
an
gonna take
extent,
this chicken arms and this third leg. You're gonna have to just take what I got.
That's true, but to an extent.
Like, bro, you're not just gonna roll that past us. You're not gonna roll that past us.
I mean, she kept talking, so I thought maybe we was pushing forward.
Oh my god. Okay. His two arms, and his third leg.
Because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. If we really dating to actually find love and be exclusive, we should open up to more things that obviously it ain't been working for you. If we in our late 30s to early 40s and we still on the dating market, we should open up our preferences. We should open up our preferences. Now, there's some things that I'm just not gonna commit to, period. You know what I mean? And that's white women. But that's my preference.
Dang, Drena.
Well, here's the thing.
Life
throws a curveball, right?
Whiter than me.
What'd you say?
Oh, that's why you rolled your eyes, Francis.
Oh, because for me, it's a mental preference, like body size and things like that. Like I don't have a body size preference. I have a mental preference personally. So I guess that doesn't really apply to me. So.
Yeah, but that's also like what Dee said with her preference that she spoke on. It's like those are things that have to be learned over time. Like as I approach you in the grocery store or wherever, it's like what we looking at and what we got right now is what we got. Now for a man, me myself, I'm gonna make sure I'm in a position. I don't like talking to women when I'm not at my best. You know what I mean? Like if I'm just going to the grocery store, grab some items and I got on some slides and this, that, and the third, and I'm not at what I need to be at. Not saying I need to bedazzle you, but this ain't the image. You know, I might have just been painting at the house or working out. And then there's some women that's like, you know what? I'd rather shoot my shot right now because I ain't going to respect myself in the morning if I let this one get by. I'd rather be told no right here, right now. But for the most part, most men want to be in their best or somewhat near it when we go to shoot, right? But for some women, when we do shoot, no matter what, girl, he was a little too short. Oh, girl, did you see his shoes? Or like the normal things. And I'm not mad at that because y'all should be able to have a preference. Y'all should be able to have a preference.
But here's the thing. The grocery store is a safe space. No one's dressed up in the grocery store. I look a hot ass mess going in the grocery store. Like I'm in there in sweats and slides and a bonnet and who the fuck knows, you know? So like
I'm cute everywhere I go.
We're looking our best, right?
Well, that's the difference in men and women, sweetheart. We see that and we still see beauty in that.
Well, I see that in men. I see beauty in that.
We see that, and that's who we gonna be on the couch with. That like you look.
Like I'm not looking for
when I was
GQ in the grocery store.
When I was younger, I would approach a woman in the grocery store for sure.
Fact.
I don't go out the house not approachable. I always look my best when I go outside.
There it
But
is.
that's just me. Like, I don't ever just walk out the house with no
So
hair.
that's
You'll
why
never see me outside
your
with a hair wrap on,
opinion
period.
don't count.
Man, shit, I would go in the grocery store. Like I might see this to be on my head. I wouldn't have a whole bonnet on, but I'm gonna have on some pajama bottoms. I will put on a bra, but I may not be fancy in the store.
So sometimes you don't wear a bra?
Sometimes I don't.
No. You don't either, for instance?
I mean, I'm not that. I don't have that much. I don't feel like I have that much, so I feel like I can get away with it. I feel like I can. But I want to do.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking today.
I'm not. I've been out face, Francis.
What?
Well, he said
because whether you got a little bit or a lot, as long as it got a nipple on it, it's still a titty. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn if it's a little or a lot. If that motherfucker is unattended and ain't no leash on it.
Unattended?
We is looking. You hear me? Anything more than a mouthful is too much anyway.
Lord,
all right, look, y'all.
We down the bread aisle. We gonna be down the dog.
All right, y'all. We gonna move to the next topic, okay?
But before we go, so one more thing. I wanted to let y'all know, ladies, the best place to find a man. I'm gonna put this out here. Let's go ahead and get your outfit ready and dress up. Put your lipstick on. Make sure you got your hair right. It's a Home Depot. That's the best place to find a man. Okay.
Ain't that one on the list I gave him, Drena?
Make sure you roll through. Make sure you scroll through on a weekly basis. Just pick random days, different times.
Give us a why. Give us
on Saturdays too.
Give us a why.
Are this where the single men are, or like where all the men congregate?
Married
men. You can't just say where the single men are. This is where the men are.
Yeah. Handymen are.
So you have to ask are they married. Some gonna be married. Some gonna be not married. You have to ask, are you married?
I'm gonna say you
have to trust the answer.
I'm sorry.
That was one of the places I told the ladies to go. That was on the list.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Home Depot. Like me and my roommate in the house, we used to go at Home Depot.
Ain't even buying shit.
I ain't buying nothing. I just came to check out the merchandise.
You act like you can't reach something or you don't know where something at.
Can you help me find?
Yeah, because either they got a home or they own, they fixing up, or they got a business that they run.
Can do some stuff.
They
in there. They in there doing stuff. They know where to find stuff at too.
I think more men should try Target.
No, Target. Hey, I go to Target before I go to Walmart now. Target be having them hoes, dog.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all sleeping on Target.
Wow.
What? Target ain't got a lot of groceries. They grocery.
People said, "Don't bother him at motherfucking Home Depot." He be annoyed.
I'm telling y'all right now, y'all see me at Home Depot or Lowe's, I'm in there just because I know y'all in there. I ain't buying shit either. But I'm gonna have my Tim's on. I'm gonna be in there. But if I'm in Target,
what's his name? How do you pronounce his name? Keyboy. Women at Home Depot gonna start doing you how men do us everywhere else. Why you look so mad? Why you ain't smiling?
Why you ain't
right? Because the only people you gotta compete with at Home Depot is the Mexicans. That's the only competition.
Is the who?
The Mexicans. That's the only competition, and they don't know English, so you already got one up.
I might have to give me a Mexican. They know how to do everything. They
go to get you some jeans. You don't wear no more. Splash some paint on them. Put them on and go to Home Depot.
I poet this nigga here.
You spend you about an hour in Home Depot 3 times a week. You should come out with a woman.
Oh my God. Next topic, y'all.
Yeah.
Next topic. We got 30 minutes before we gotta shut it down.
Okay.
All right. So the topic of the show is women add shit to the dating pool too. What are women willing to do to eliminate the shit that they're putting in the dating pool? Because apparently, after me asking this question about the dating market, all of the women agreed that there's shit in the dating pool, but none of them agreed that they were responsible for half of it.
Well, let me tell you, we already took a L when that dad blasted girl got her ass on the live and said that she wasn't gonna get out the car at the Cheesecake Factory with her Mardi Gras colored outfit on and her messed up mascara, but she wasn't gonna get out the car at the Cheesecake Factory. Baby, you put the shit in the goddamn pool. It's you. And women like you, okay? And for the ones asking for Cash App on dating sites,
Oh,
you're gonna drop your Cash App first, ma'am. You're dropping your Cash App before you put your name in there. What you want this man to do? Pay for your conversation? Shit in the dating pool. Okay, that's the second one. And for the oh Lord, let me tell you, for the ones who think that you can lead with your vagina and keep a man, I'm sick of y'all. I'm gonna throw all y'all away. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. Okay. Oh my goodness, girl, you gotta have more than just your vagina out there. I'm sick of seeing twerking videos. Shit in the pool. Okay. It's in there. And look, the guys look at it like he said earlier. They gonna look because it's accessible. It's there and it's available. And so then guys get used to that. So when you get someone like a Dee or a Francis or a me, or I forgot your name, love. When you get
Drena.
someone like us, Drena, they like, okay, what we gonna do with her? Because wait a minute. Yeah, I'm not shit. I'm a goddamn diamond out here in this bad piece. And I need for you to be the gold that I can wrap my diamond around. And if you're not, it's like F you. But that's what it is. We gotta, what is it? It's like the wheats and the tares come up together, and the tares are just like drowning out the good women who are out here, or in the case of men, the good men who are out here. I don't know. That's just my take on it. Y'all, what y'all think? I think that's the shit. That's some of the shit the women bring to the dating pool. That's just me.
The stories I hear from men that are like dating and stuff, like you said, people asking for Cash App. There was a video that was posted on the Breaking Barriers Instagram page about the woman who said that the man was weird because he opened her door for her, presented her with flowers, like people like that. She needs to stay out of the dating pool.
Right.
People who come up with all these different rules and guidelines for people they never met, like you're not paying for the date, but you can't take me to get ice cream. We can't do any of those things because that's not good enough for me. Those people need to stay out of the dating pool. People that listen to Sexy Red and think that she's a role model, they need to stay out of the dating pool.
Yo,
it's terrible.
No, it's not. Is Sexy Red the one with the line of STD lipsticks?
Yeah.
Is that Sexy Red? Yeah.
There's a what?
Yeah.
She has a lip gloss line named after like gonorrhea.
No,
chlamydia.
I don't believe
all these retarded names.
I'm not even gonna look that up. I'm not gonna put that in my Google search. Okay, so I just feel like as a culture, African Americans, we don't have like certain standards that we adhere to. I think we're the only demographic that don't have standards that we teach our youth, our next generation that they're supposed to adhere to. Like I know Hispanic have certain like levels or standards, like this is what you do when you go on a date. This is how you look for a husband. This is how you date. This is how you like. We don't have that. Like white girls, they have certain white women teach their girls like this is what you look for a husband. This is what you look for in a boyfriend. This is how boys are supposed to treat you. Like we don't have those standards, and I think that is the main reason why we have a lot of shit in our dating pool. I'm not saying that nobody else has shit in their dating pool. I think it's a cesspool at this point because it's all over the place. But in general, I know for us as African Americans, and you know, it's really, really bad because we don't have like guidelines. We don't have that standard, and we're not keeping any type of standards.
Somebody just said it. It's home training. I have 3 girls. Two out of the 3 of my girls date white guys. My middle daughter married a white guy. My youngest is dating a white guy. Only my oldest daughter still dates African American men. And we did raise them to know the difference in how to be treated, how to be dated, how to be courted. And they are saying, my middle daughter, my youngest daughter, that it's like you said, they're not finding a whole lot of Black men who are willing to be, to come up to their level, to meet their standards. And my kids went to college. They did all this. They went to college. They did the thing. And they're finding hard times. My oldest and my youngest are finding a hard time finding men of their caliber who meet them where they are mentally.
Where do you
I
spiritually.
live?
think the problem is a lot of black men
Where do you
don't
live?
see a lot of value in black women
Louisiana.
as much as we once did.
What part?
So
What
like
part?
with him not coming up and meeting her where she's at, I think a lot of black men don't look at black women and see value as we once did. You know, as we don't see the power, we don't see the like when I think of a black woman, me personally, just me being raised, I see the woman that can do it all, the woman that is strong and independent and don't need a man but would like one. But I think there's been a transition into women that have taken the independent thing to a whole new level, and now they like, fuck it, I'm gonna get you before you get me. I've had my heart broken before, so I'm gonna just get everything that I can out of it. So a lot of black men that are probably on your daughter's level probably just never really approached them and was like, they probably ain't for me, and that's cool. That's okay. I don't think that race plays a role in that because the dating pool is wide open. I think I know for a fact I can say me as a man, I love that a woman don't start or lead with vagina, but at what point are we talking about it? Like we have to have a discussion. There has to be sexual discussion so we can know that we're compatible because sex is important. You know what I mean? I would hate to get 3, 4, 5 months involved with someone and then find out that we're not sexually compatible. That'll destroy me. You know what I mean? Just in how much time we spent. Like she's been in a 9-month relationship that felt like that and it didn't work out. But for me, I would be off the market for a year or two because 9 months isn't long. You know what I mean? It's not long. So it was still things that they were learning about each other in that 9 months. You know what I mean? But sex is important. I think we try not to make like that's a thing, but it is, right? And it don't have to be great, but damn. You know what I mean?
No,
I would
I
hate to
think
get
it should
involved
be
with someone that was like,
introduced.
I know a woman that I've been
Really do
courting
gotta be
and
great.
talking to and enjoying for over a year. And I quickly realized in the first 3 to 4 months, this probably ain't gonna work. But we're still cool. Occasionally we still may end up in the same place or whatever, but exclusively dating her was off the table for me because she wasn't open to having sexual conversations. Now, I'm not saying about phone sex. I'm saying just trying to gain some compatibility on where we at. Because I don't want you to try to meet me over here on my side of it, or I'm trying to meet your freak. But we need to be openly able to do that. And that don't make me a weirdo.
No, I think it's a natural progression of
Right.
the connection. Like if we have a connection and we vibing and we talking, and that's different for everybody. Shit, it might be 1 week for some, 2 weeks for another, 90 days for someone else. It just depends on when that natural progression comes up. And to answer someone's question, I'm in Louisiana. I raised my girls in southeastern Louisiana. I was married for 25 years. We're divorced now. But we raised our kids together.
I think women are just standing on business, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Women are
And
out
their
here
own
standing on
business.
business, and this is it. This is what it is. Take me as I am, and that's cool. I don't think there's a lot of wiggle room in preferences anymore.
Keyboy said he doesn't agree with that. He said sex prior to understanding and discernment is a disaster.
I've lived through that personally, but yeah, I guess it depends on like if that connection is growing, right?
There was too many big words. What do we mean by that, DD?
He's meaning like having sex prior to having an understanding with somebody and having that discernment that y'all supposed to be together is a disaster. It's evident really in the black community because
I agree with that because she said something later on when she said she talked to a guy and asked him like what she would say, what are we? For me, that's a red flag. Anytime a girl gotta ask me, what are we doing here? I've obviously not been doing my job and reassuring you in our process to who we are for each other. You know, you have to even
wait a minute, let Fred talk for a minute.
I disagree with that only because there's still a timeline, right? Like, don't ask me what are we in 2 weeks.
Right.
We're still getting to know each other. That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? But usually when that word comes out, it's kind of like they're trying to establish how exclusive you are. But it just goes back to just being open and honest. Just saying like, hey, this is what we're doing. Just flat out communications. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like everybody's afraid to communicate now. And there's nothing better than having a communication where it's like all guards are down. You can talk about whatever, whenever. And that'll build the strongest relationship at the end of the day.
Not even just relationship. It's stimulating too.
Yeah, it's very
for
stimulating.
me personally.
Open
dialogue, the freedom to be able to have a safe place to communicate with a woman is very stimulating to me.
Yep, that's true.
Like a huge turn on.
But
I don't want to be with anybody like if I start talking about this, it's gonna bother her. And I don't want a woman that feel like, well, I was gonna talk to you, but I ain't. I want to unconsciously allow you to let your guard down. with me.
Right.
And that is a turn on for me.
Yep. I agree.
But the problem with in the Black community is that we fuck our way into relationships and we don't really have conversations. We just having sex and then we end up in something. And that's where it's always well, what are we? How do we get
That's
here?
what I'm unlearning and relearning, because at the beginning of last year, like she was in a 9-month commitment. I was in like almost, I recently ended it, honestly, but it was for last year, all of last year. And then after 6 months in, then I was like, wait, where are we going with this? I really wanted to know for myself, where are we going with this? And if we're not going anywhere with this, then I need to pull my energy back, because at this point it's a waste of time. Dick is dick, but if you're trying to change the same trick for me over and over again, and I'm used to it, and I'm trying to figure out, are we going to level this up? Or are we just going to stay right here? Because if we just
because you keep having sex with them. If you keep having sex and you want a commitment from somebody, why would they give you a commitment if you're still giving them what they want?
Right.
That's a two-way street as well, because it's a lot of men that want more, but women don't. You know what I mean? It's a lot of men that want more, but women don't. But then if he calls or she calls, they go running, then we're stuck where we at. So that's a two-way street too. I don't want women to just think that that's all men. It's just like, if you still keep giving me the vagina, then we ain't going nowhere. But it's a lot of women that's like, shit, if he keep giving me, dropping off that whenever I call, and then he also be helping me with these bills, but he don't stay here. Like, all of that is a two-way street.
And that goes to what I said earlier about the dating. Dating is not hard. We just most of the time people are going after people that don't really want them.
So
they're using them.
I'm still confused. So you're saying that if a woman asks you, like, what are we doing, then you haven't properly communicated to her your intentions for the relationship. However, if, like, for me, like, I feel like if we're not, if you haven't sat me down and told me, hey, we're together, we're exclusive, I'm not seeing nobody else, I don't want you to see nobody else. Like, I'm not having sex with anyone who hasn't had that conversation with me personally. Like, I don't want there to be any confusion in our relationship.
Don't say that no more.
No, I'm just saying, I don't.
No, the reason why I'm saying don't say that is because there's probably somebody that's going to be listening and feel like, you know what, I probably should say that, then I can get her buns. Like, sometimes women tell us too much, and then we become that person for y'all. So sometimes y'all got to let us just be ourselves and earn y'all. I'm not saying you said nothing wrong, sweetheart. I'm just letting you know, like, a lot of times men listen. They take notes on. So she said she want to, okay. And then she and then we become that every day. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to get to the root, because I mean, I get approached all the time. So it's not like
I was speaking specifically for me. For me personally, I'm going to sit you down and have these conversations. I enjoy telling a woman, listen, I'm digging you in this way and I don't want to run you off, but on my end, I'm not seeing anyone else. You know what I mean? And I can't stop you from whatever you got going on. I'm gonna just continuously be me every day, and hopefully that's enough for you. But I'm seeing you exclusively, and you mine, right? Now I can't be everywhere with you at the time. You got your own crib. You stay where you want to stay, but I enjoy having them conversations, so you know exactly where I'm drawing the line, where I'm at with mine. Right? Okay, now, as we advance, we advance. If you ever have to come to me and ask me that, then I've missed on some of that. So now let's sit down and have these conversations face to face and have a real conversation on what I'm doing, what you're doing, and what it is that we both want out of this. I'm okay with the conversation, but the red flag for me, it's not gonna make me run from you, but it's gonna make me really reorder some things.
Okay, well, but that was just my question, because initially you were saying that if she says that, then that's going to be a red flag for you, because that would be the question.
Yeah, it's not a stop sign.
She's not going to come to you and ask you those questions if you've already established in the beginning, hey, this is what I want, before sex was even a question, or before you even lay down.
And how many times do y'all do that? How many times do we have to reiterate ourselves for y'all because y'all need reassurance? That happens.
No, it won't be something that need to be reassured. If you sat her down in the beginning of the relationship and said, this is what I want, this is who you are, who I want to be with. Women are not going to be like, oh, let me ask him again just to be sure. No, she'd be like,
don't make me get alone over here. How many times does sex change that? You can say everything that you're trying to say, and then with sex, you giving that leg good, it changes that quickly. Same thing on y'all end. It's a lot of men that say, nah, I'm cool with the situation, whatever we doing, baby. Then when that sex happens, you can't get rid of them. The nigga out in front of your house, like, I told you we didn't want to do that. Sex changes things. Time spent with someone changes things. It rushes things.
So much to add, but I think Dee had something to say. Did you? What you about to say?
I was just going to say it. Women definitely will require reassurance in that, especially if old triggers come up and and activities start happening, and
Right.
they start questioning things based off of past, and those things aren't connecting to them because they aren't used to that reassurance. They're not used to somebody being that intentional. They're going to be like, hold on, one more time. What are we again? I'm just making sure. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. 6 months in, I'm just want to make
That
sure.
part, especially 6 months in, that's a post check. That's a post check.
Let me just
All
check
right.
in.
It's some post checks and connections, right? You start off the connection, you good, everything's hot and heavy, y'all going in, because let's be honest, everything's not textbook. We're not having the first date and the second date and the third date, and he kissed me on the step and we go up and then we decide to have sex. Sometimes the first date is we just went out, we vibing, we had a good time, we ate, we going home, now we clapping cheeks. Sometimes it's like that, you know, and then we're like, hey, that shit was good, let's do that again. So after so many times of that, at some point, 3 months in, 6 months in, we're going to be like, okay, hold up, what are we doing? You know, are we going to continue with just this, or are we feeling each other enough to have that exclusivity conversation? In my situation, the person wanted to continue to just do the sex thing. But me, I'm not going to continue in a soul tie with you if this soul tie is not going anywhere. I'm going to have to untie my shoelace from your shoelace. Okay? And it's time for me to do something different, whether that's pour into myself until I decide, and that's where I'm at personally, decide if I want a relationship. I'm not going to date in the meantime. But if we do, that conversation will come up yet again, because we need to figure out where we going, when we going, and how we getting there. So my strategy going forward in dating, since that's something we talked about earlier, is to have those conversations first before I drop my panties and you drop your boxers.
Understood.
Okay.
But sex is going to change some of those actions, and it might not be drastic, but it's going to be some minute things that sex is going to change for the better or for the worse. And I think we got to start accepting that. Sex changes things on both ends. It's just a matter of, like you say,
good.
Are your actions staying the same in between?
Yeah, sex changes things is because bottom line, sex changes a lot. If y'all putting y'all tongue in each other's mouth, a conversation needs to be had. Yes, because guess what? We ain't friends if we get homie. That ain't it. You know? So yeah, it's the energy behind it. We don't talk about the spiritual part of sex. We don't talk about that. But there is an exchange of energies when we allow a man to put his penis inside our vagina.
Yeah.
Okay? That is the seat of where babies are made. That is where we create life. And life in itself, birth in itself, is a mystery. Doctors can't even figure out how an embryo goes from cells to an embryo to an actual living baby. They haven't figured it out yet. It's the mystery of life. We are laying down, exchanging energy with someone.
You started off sexy, then you went science, and it fucked me up.
I'm about to hit you with science just for a minute, okay? Because this plays into
wait, we don't have time for a science class, Granny. I'm sorry. We got to get out of here. We got 11 minutes.
She was on the way.
It's the pheromones. It's the chemistry. Yeah, it's going to change things. Okay, that's it.
And we just need to, this is part of the podcast where I let everybody tell folks what they got going on coming up for the rest of this week or a month or whatever you want to talk about. Let folks know where they can follow you at on social media, whatever you got. If you want to promote anything, let the people know. We're going to start with you, Fred.
All right. Just same old, working, still working on my golf thing with Bro Let's Golf, and my clothing line, Marks 11. That's pretty much it.
What you got, Granny?
You can find me on social media at All Things Undone Facebook group page. You can find me at Granny She Is on Instagram, or just by my real name, Cheryl Bryce Nathaniel, on Facebook. We are on BWNC Radio. I am on all streaming platforms, All Things Undone podcast. I also have a website, atupodcast.com. Check me out.
All right. What you got, Francis?
Okay, so I don't really have a lot going on. Gulfport Central Middle School got their first chess tournament coming up. We're gonna say it with our chess. We're gonna be out there. So we're really excited about that. But other than that, we ain't got nothing else going on. We'll let y'all know how it goes.
What you got, T-Spring?
This weekend we will be performing in Raleigh at Charlie Goodnight's Comedy Club. We will be there for 2 shows at 7 and 9:30 on Friday the 1st. And on the 2nd, we'll be out in St. Louis at the Winery, the St. Louis Winery. I've never been there. It's like some new comedy club that they have out there they want us to do. And we'll be finishing off the year with Detroit, Michigan, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Boston. Boston will be doing it for New Year's, bringing in New Year's in Boston. So that's how we're finishing off our December. You can follow me on Instagram as well as T Springs Comedian, just the letter T Springs Comedian. And all booking and everything is on there. So I'll just be making people laugh, having a good time.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. What about you, Drena?
The month of December is all about my children. Both of their birthdays are in that month. So just working and planning birthday parties and going to holiday parties.
Hey. What about you, Adrian?
Keeping it easy, man. You know, coaching my clients, keeping them above water, making sure they stay straight. You feel me? And I'm kind of like Drena. You know, December is kind of my chill month, so I try not to do too much in December. I obligate myself way too much. It's more building, growing, meditating, figuring out what I'm doing going into the next year. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah, I right now. I don't have much planned for December, other than doing my podcast and going to the Cowboys game in Dallas. But January 13th is my my second annual winter coat drive. So if you know anybody want to donate coats or money to help with the event, it's on January 13th from 3 to 5 in my hometown, Bristol, Pennsylvania, at the Jungle Gym. We give out a free meal to the less fortunate. They come and get coats. We give out a free flat screen TV, laptop, gift cards, and a scholarship as well. So I'm excited about that January 13th. So we'll be putting on that and getting that situated throughout the month of December. I'll be posting more and more about that. And I think that's all I got coming up. I just want to rest for a minute. I'm tired, y'all. But we appreciate all y'all for coming on. This was an amazing conversation. Anytime y'all available to come on, we appreciate it. We appreciate everybody in the comments. Shout out to our media group, I Am Woe Media Group, for always making sure we good. Shout out to BWNC, that is Black with No Chaser Internet Radio. If you don't have the app downloaded, we will be the audio version will be uploaded tomorrow, 8 a.m. I think, no, maybe 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, if you're in the comments, correct me. But if you don't, download the app, will be on there. Also on Spotify, iTunes, and all those good places you find your podcast. Audio versions are everywhere. Follow us on YouTube if you're not already subscribed. Hit the notification bell, like, comment, and let us know what you think about this episode. And we will see y'all next week, next Tuesday. We out, y'all.
Bye. Bye. Thank you for having us.